Welcome the dear people of Portugal, Romania, Belgium, and of course Turkey. I'm Mişim from Eskişehir Anatolium High School, and today with my friend, we will be talking about the basics of democracy. To start, let's define what we mean by democracy. The word itself comes from the Greek words demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power. It's essentially a system where the power lies with the people, and in modern times is usually representative, which means that the people don't vote for every single law, but instead they choose someone they trust that makes the decisions for themselves. For example, in Turkey, the people above the age of 18 can go to polling stations to vote for their future prime minister, president, or local mayor. Now, let's get to the principles of democracy. Our first one is the participation of citizens. Democracy isn't a spectator sport. It requires participation. If people don't vote or stay informed, the system weakens. Participation of citizens include joining protests, signing petitions for new parks, for example, or attending town hall meetings. Hand in hand with this is equality, which means that everybody has the same standing before the law regardless of their gender, race, religion, or profession. For example, a billionaire's vote holds the same weight as a student's or a worker's. Next is accountability. It's when we give politicians power, they're actually on the hook for their actions. So if a politician doesn't hold or keep the promise that they made, the people can fire them by voting for another candidate in the next election. Transparency is the tool that makes accountability possible. It's when the people are allowed to see whatever the government is doing, how they're spending tax money, or what decisions are being made behind closed doors. Government websites that publish public budgets are perfect example of transparency. Next is political tolerance. Majority rules is the standard of democracy, but political tolerance ensures that the majority doesn't crush the minority, that we should respect people with different opinions. It includes letting small groups protest or publish their ideas on newspaper. A multi-party system provides choices for the people. Think of it like a menu on a restaurant. If there's only one option, there's really no choices. And if there's really no choices, that's not actually a menu, and that's not actually democracy, is it? Democracy should have the control over the abuse of power. We use the system of checks and balances so that no single leader becomes a dictator. Lastly, for me, is the freedom of economy. It suggests that the government doesn't own everything, that the people are allowed to own their properties, start their businesses, or choose their own career paths. For example, a person quitting their job to start an online tech company or open a local bakery shouldn't need the permission from a political official. That's it for me, and I will be leaving the rest to be explained by my friend Ceren. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ceren, and I'll be continuing to talk about the other principles of democracy, starting with the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is another way of protection. It's like a shield. It's a formal list of things that the government can't take control over or can't take away from you. For example, the freedom of assembly. It is the reason why people can get together and protest in parks and streets and all, and uh, talk about what they don't like about the government, and they won't get arrested for it. And this directly ties to human rights. Human rights are universal. Which means that they are all the same in democratic countries. If I were to give an example to these, I'd give the examples of the right to education and freedom of speech. Then next, rule of law. Laws are the bosses of every democratic country. No one is too powerful to obey the rules. The law treats everyone the same. For example, if a regular citizen got a speeding ticket, they pay for it. And if a prime minister or even the president got a speeding ticket, they pay for it too. And laws wouldn't be applicable without free courts. And free courts are sports where judges are like referees. They don't take sides or they aren't influenced by the government. For example, if a small business owner were to sue a big company, they'd have the fair chance to win because, you know, law treats everyone the same. Then we come to free and fair elections. Democracy is driven by free and fair elections. This isn't just about throwing a random paper in a random box. It's about knowing what your country needs and what you need, and it's about not being threatened or forced to vote for someone you don't want. And finally, we come to the secret sauce of every stable country, accepting election results. So you can think of this as a sports game where the losing team just doesn't go berserk and run all over the stadium. They just accept defeats. Accepting election results is just like that. Even if the person you wanted to win didn't win in an election, you can always know that the system will always be the right way. And finally, we come to quotations from famous people, starting with John Adams. He says that we should have a government of laws and not of men. This reinforces that our safety is not controlled by our leader, but because of our laws. And then we come to John Gardner. He says that democracy is measured not by its leaders doing extraordinary things, but by citizens doing things extraordinarily well. This means that democracy isn't just a spectating sport. It requires all of us to take part in and contribute and stay informed so we can work for our country's best results. Then finally, we come to Kennedy. He says that the ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. This means that if we don't study our country's issues or our needs, all of the country will be the one to pay, not only us. So we should be careful on who we choose as a leader. And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening. And now we want to invite you to make a word cloud. You can either scan the QR or go to this website and type in the code below and describe democracy with 3 words. Thank you.